The one-inch punch is one of the most iconic feats ever demonstrated in martial arts, and no one performed it with more power, precision, and mystery than Bruce Lee. But behind the explosive impact of that famous short-range strike lies a story of science, philosophy, and years of tireless training. Oncoming fist. What is the one-inch punch? At first glance, it seems almost supernatural. Bruce Lee stands before an opponent, his fist hovering just an inch from their chest. Without pulling back or winding up, he explodes forward with a short, snappy punch, and the person goes flying back as if hit by a cannon. No run-up. No big motion. Just pure energy from 1 inch away. But Bruce's one-inch punch wasn't magic. It was mechanical mastery, chi alignment, and focused intent, all perfectly timed. Brain. The science behind it. The power behind Bruce Lee's punch came from a deep understanding of kinetic chain movement. He trained his body to move as one fluid unit, initiating the punch from his legs, through his hips, torso, shoulder, and finally into his fist. This chain of energy transfer is what allowed such a short motion to generate such devastating force. Bruce also mastered the concept of Fa Jin, an explosive release of internal energy practiced in Chinese martial arts. It's not about brute strength. It's about timing, body alignment, and explosive tension released in a split second. Person lifting weights. Training for the impossible. Bruce Lee didn't just practice punching, he studied anatomy, physics, and biomechanics. He lifted weights to develop fast-twitch muscles, stretched to maintain flexibility, and drilled endlessly to fine-tune the coordination needed to deliver power in close quarters. He would often strike wooden dummies, heavy bags, and even people, during demonstrations, with micro-distance punches to test accuracy, reaction, and penetration. He believed that a real fighter might not always have space to wind up. So the ability to generate power from any position was critical. Person in lotus position. The philosophy within the punch. To Bruce, the one-inch punch was more than a physical technique, it was a representation of his martial philosophy. Jeet Kune Do, his personal martial art, emphasized efficiency, directness, and simplicity. The one-inch punch embodied all three. Bruce often said, "The less effort, the faster and more powerful you will be." In other words, true strength came from economy of motion, not from wasted energy. The one-inch punch became a metaphor for minimalism in combat, doing only what is necessary, but doing it with complete commitment and focus. Globe. Showing Europe-Africa its impact on the world. When Bruce Lee demonstrated the one-inch punch in martial arts exhibitions, crowds were stunned. It challenged everything the West thought it knew about fighting power. Suddenly, people realized that strength didn't need to be big, it needed to be efficient. The demonstration became one of Bruce Lee's signature moments and is still studied by martial artists, sports scientists, and fight